Hi everyone, I'm Deborah. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting at a caravan park in Lightning Ridge, which for those that don't know is in Western New South Wales, northwestern New South Wales in Australia. And we are away for a couple of weeks. We're here for a few days. We've been out sightseeing this morning and now I am sitting here and I'm working on my quilt, doing some hand sewing on it. And I've got my whole bag of not all of them, but I did bring a half a dozen or so away with me in my project bag with all my little trinkets and everything I need to actually work on it. And just now I have sewn this one. Let's see which one I'm sewing. So I'm doing, that's the one I did before. And I have sewn a button on it, and also, I've put some stitching around here, some cross stitching just in some tapestry wool around there. And I don't know, I think that one might be done, although I may add more to it. I'm really not sure yet. And then I've picked up this second block, just again with some tapestry thread, and I have already done a bit on this block. I'll just put my bag down on the table so that I'm not sort of fighting with it, as well as the sewing. And on this one I had already put a couple of things on here, but I just thought that it needed more. Now this block here, this one here, it wasn't sewn down because it's only got that thin bit of edge on it. I didn't want to sew it down using the sewing machine because I know then it's going to leave the little stitch line on it. So instead I'm just stitching across it. I don't know if you're picking that up because it's quite bright and sunny here, but hopefully you're picking up the little bit of stitching that I'm doing here. Just a little sort of a running stitch, I think you call this one. And it's beautiful here in the sunshine. Normally it's quite hot in Lightning Ridge. The temperature really gets up there. Of course, people are driving past, coming into the caravan park, so I'm just waving to them as they're going past in their different sorts of caravans and camper vans and all sorts of things that come in here. It's a very big caravan park, this one. The reason why you're hearing that noise is because it's all gravel. Because they don't get enough rain out here, I would think, to sustain a lot of the places. This caravan park is just gravel. Normally a caravan park would be grass and cement blocks next to where you park your van, so you've got somewhere to sit on that's not perhaps got wet grass on it. Well, sometimes they're fully grass without a cement block or a cement slab. But this one is gravel, which is different because we haven't really been anywhere out sort of west. And it's a 2-day drive from home, and those not knowing where Lightning Ridge is. So I live in Brisbane, which is on the coast of Australia in Queensland. And this trip we stopped over at a town called Gundawindi, which is in just across the Queensland border. It's still in Queensland. And then came down through a place called St George, which is another tiny sort of western Queensland town. And then eventually you cross the border at a tiny place called Hebel and come down here. So it's sort of like I think it took us probably 5.5 hours each day of driving to actually get here. But very interesting to see this part of our country, which I haven't seen before. Sort of, I guess it takes you away from what you're used to and you get to see other things. And the industry here at Lightning Ridge is opal mining, particularly the black opal. So this morning we went down into an old opal mine and had a look at that, which was very interesting, and had a look at this. This guy had carved all of this different sort of stuff in the opal mine, and he had sort of everything from iconic figures to celebrities, politicians, and apparently the story is he's still alive, he still lives in town, and the story is that he wasn't making any money from the opal mine, and he dug out a little sort of room as he was going down to do his opal mining so that he could stop there and and come up and have lunch. So he's still well underground, but where it's cooler. And then while he was there, he got a bit bored, so he finished making his sandwich and he took his butter knife and he started carving the walls, because the walls of this level, apparently opal mining is done where there's clay. That's where you'll find the opals. Whereas with him, most opal mines have a layer of sandstone, and so that's what he carved out to make his little lunchroom. And with his butter knife, an old-fashioned bone-handled butter knife, I have several of those because of my love of vintage, and they're just great, those Sheffield steel butter knives. And anyway, he started carving, and then someone said, oh, that's really good, and he got filled that room up with carvings, and then he thought, now I've got nothing to do, so he dug a tunnel and made another room and started carving in that room. And that's what he kept on doing for many, many years. And at some point he decided that he would open it as a tourist attraction. And at that point he had a 60-foot ladder that people had to climb down to get down to see the carvings that he'd done on the walls. And then he decided that he would build a staircase, and that's what we walked down this morning, down this very steep, long staircase. I can't remember how many steps they said, 85 or something, I can't remember. Anyway, we walked down those this morning and had a look at all his carvings, and it was very interesting. He got better as he went along, as he learned how to carve, and the story goes that he used the one butter knife for the whole thing. Not to chip the rock out to make the rooms. Obviously he used his pick and his axe, you know, his little pick and shovel and all of that miners use. But he did actually just use the one butter knife to carve it. And then when he put the steps in, he said, I'm going to do them in 6 months. And one of his mates said, it'll take you longer than 6 months. Well, it took him, I think, 5 months to make the stairs that went up to ground level. So he had a bet with his mate and he won the bet, and he's written on the wall in that first room, his old room where he used to eat, he's written on the wall that he won this bet and how many days he did it in and what date he finished, which I think was Anzac Day, but I can't remember the year. Anyway, very interesting place, Lightning Ridge, and good to see. And after this we are going to Burke, which is I think it's at least another couple of hours sort of southwest. Got another caravan coming in over there. It seems to be the time of day when the vans come in. They usually have to be out by about 10 in the morning, and a bit like a hotel room, and then you can usually not come in till about 2, but I've noticed a lot of caravans coming in sort of from 11ish onward. I guess because in this caravan park they don't have to water the lawn and mow the lawn. Normally that's what they'll do between the 2 times. So there you go, I finished stitching all the way around that, and I've just put that little running stitch around, and even though it was already sewn up here, I decided to continue it along because I thought that looked quite nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that, you know. I'm not the best at hand stitching, but there you go. And I'm going to put something on here. I'm not sure because now the wind's picked up, but there's a gap here. And I'm going to put maybe a button or something on there, I think. Let me see what we've got that I can put on there. I'm going to put this button on it. Now let me just show you which side of the button is it. One of these sides of the button, this one here, has got some linen on it. I'll show you some of that when I get home, and I'm going to do a review on this once we get home, and I'll show you like a bunch of the ones that perhaps you haven't seen because I've made some of them off camera, but I will show you where I'm sort of up to with them all in terms of the hand stitching and the extras that I'm adding. And the other thing I'm doing when I'm adding my buttons is I'm using the tapestry thread, because I think that gives a nicer look than the actual than a sewing cotton would. So that's what I intend to do. So I'm going to go and add this button into this bit here. Where is I going to put that? I've forgotten already. Oh, here, because that piece of linen's not quite on there, so I'm going to put it on there. And I will catch you next time. This is Deborah. Thanks for watching. Cheers.